Tuesday goddamn deal, man. It's one and only Pappy. And we are back with another video of real military talk, the good, the bad, and the wild. And today, got a video request. Somebody wants me to talk about security forces. And that's a good request because I know a lot of y'all are getting ready to be or getting ready to leave and your job is security forces, or your recruiter is trying to get you to sign on as security forces. So I just want to talk about the job a little bit and give y'all some clarity and understanding so y'all know what y'all getting yourself into. First things first, security forces is not a bad job. Contrary to what you believe or hear or see from other people on this app or on TikTok, security forces is not a bad job. Here's what can make security forces a bad job: the base, but most importantly, the leadership. Because if you got horrible leadership, bro, it's gonna be a bad job. But the job by itself is not a hard job. Yeah, you're gonna be outside. Yeah, you're gonna be on the gate. Yeah, you gotta do patrols and stuff like that. But it's not a hard job. It's really sweet. You know what I'm saying? Some bases are in 12s, but if you go to a base that's in 8s, oh my god, it's cake. It's a cakewalk. But as security forces, you are basically a cop for the Air Force. Okay, you are the first line of defense for the base. So when people come to that gate, yeah, they see you first. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody gonna be on some bullshit, you handle them. All right, but there's no specific mindset that you gotta have to prepare yourself. Just go to work, do your job, learn it, perfect it, rinse and repeat. Nothing more, nothing less. You don't have to be, a standout. You don't have to be some type of kiss ass. You don't have to be no type of super cop. Just learn your job, perfect it, do it every day, rinse and repeat. I promise you. As a younger airman, you're going to be on that gate. Everybody goes on the gate. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? But if you go to a base that don't even have gates, well, they have gates, but they have like civilian contractors man the gate, bro, sweet as hell. Like, it's a base in Kansas, I believe, right? And dude was telling me, like, bruh, all I do is stay at the damn visitor center all day, every day, and write guest passes. Sweet as hell. So, like I said, security forces is not a bad job. Our security forces, okay? But thankfully, I was able to become a Raven. Now, I've done the Raven video a few times, so we can go on the page and scroll down how to become a Raven, this and that. But yeah, I was able to be a Raven. And so Raven is one of the best jobs in the Air Force, but you can't be a Raven without being security forces. And you also can't be a Raven if you don't go to one of those 6 or 7 bases. Like I said, I did a video on that already. Scroll down the page and the information is there. But the leadership at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, some of the crappiest leadership I've ever seen, witnessed, been a part of. Now, everybody is not bad. Everybody's not dumb or stupid, but the main decision makers, slow as hell. Slow as hell. Because again, bro, it just like sometimes chicken salad is good for you, but they want to serve you chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll try to make a decision to try to make people drink soup with a fork instead of a spoon. Like, that's just some of the dumb shit that these people that's in charge of y'all, they just make the decisions like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's the wild shit. And that's really the hardest part about security forces. It's the leadership. Now, it's some leadership that's out there that's gonna make sure you A1, that's gonna look out for the troops, make sure you good at all times. That's gonna have your back, stand up for you, go to back for you, like all that shit. But for the most part, I don't want to say y'all gonna have bad leadership, but you're gonna experience some for sure, for sure. I think the people that's in charge now are the people that I've served with, that I was airman with. So if I was still in, I'd probably be a tech sergeant or something like that. I would have been in 13 years, I believe. So yeah, I would have been at least a staff sergeant E5. So if not a tech sergeant, then an E5 for sure. So I would have been making sure the troops that's behind me are good. You know what I'm saying? I would have raised them right. You know, I would have their back and all that. So but for the most part, security forces is not bad. Cause the people that saying that is bad, they got a bad base, or they got bad leadership, or they had a bad experience. But they can't sit here and say that it's a hard job. Does it get boring? Absolutely. Because your schedule rotation, depending on your base, let's just use me for an example. I was at Dover, Delaware, and the base is really small. So my schedule was main gate, housing gate, flight line, and the shirts pit. 4 days on, 2 days off. I work from 6 to 2, day shift. And now I think they're in 12s now, so it'll be like a 66, 6 to 6. But it's really like a 14-hour day because you got to come in 2 hours earlier to arm up and guard and do guard mount and all that shit. So if you work 8s, it's really gonna be a 10-hour shift. God damn, I'm trying to talk too fast. So yeah, 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, cool. Now some people prefer 12-hour shifts because they got this thing called Panama 12s. It's like you do 2 on and 4 off. It's something like that. Some people prefer them 12-hour shifts, but me, hell no. Hell no. Being at a gate for 12 hours, like you see people at breakfast time, lunchtime, and dinner time, and they come today, they'll come through the gate and be like, damn, you still up here at work? Yeah, bro, we work 12s, we dog. We work 12, so that would be the only downfall about security forces to me. I didn't really care about writing tickets because to me, it didn't do no justice. It don't matter. Didn't really get called to do a lot of patrols and responding to people's houses, and you know, there's not a lot of crime that happens. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. There's some crimes that happen on base. It depends on what base you're at. Like Fort Hood, I would not want to be goddamn police at Fort Hood. Fort Hood always got something going on, bro. Hell no. Hell no. And if something happened on your shift, you gotta stay after work and do paperwork on it. Like you gotta write a report on it. So shit, that's another thing I didn't mind about not having to do patrols or responding to shit, because you gotta write a report, you gotta interview people, and it's just a lot of police work that you have to do that I personally wasn't interested in. But if you like police shit, then that might interest you. You know what I'm saying? But me, hell no. Because my whole thing, bro, I was trying to be a Raven the whole time. So police shit, it just wasn't on my to-do list. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, security forces is not bad, bro. You get to meet the people. And if you a dude that like women, bro, nigga, you get first dibs on all the women at the gate, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what niggas missing the bigger picture. Right? And then you get to pull them over and talk to them. Man, that shit's sweet. That shit's sweet. So if I was security forces, bro, I would just hope and pray I got a good base and I had good leadership, and the rest will fall in line. Alright, so I hope this gave y'all some type of clarity about security forces. If you got any more questions, I'll just do a video on it. Just drop a comment and I got you. Y'all gonna be alright, bro. Y'all gonna be alright. Oh, one last thing. Deployments for security forces. Now that may be a little different because nigga, it be hot over there. It be hot. But with that, you do get used to it. You do get used to it. So and you making money. So it balances it out, you know. So yeah, that's all for this video. I'm out, bro.